and welcome to another episode of Startup Hustle Middle East. So we are interviewing the 5 shortlisted winners from the Startup Pitch Competition at Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival. One of them is a familiar face. So we've actually had him on an episode earlier. Ajinkya is representing Callix. So you had 1 minute to pitch yesterday, yeah?
Yep.
By the way, welcome to the show yet again.
Thank you. It's like home now.
So, can you tell us about can you give us your 1 minute pitch? Let's hear it.
Right. So imagine you've started a business and you need someone to answer your phone calls. You've got 2 options. One is to hire a receptionist, pay him or her a 5,000 dirham salary. They work for 8 hours a day, speak 2 languages at best, and take a bunch of lunch breaks, smoke breaks, coffee breaks, and whatnot. At the end of the day, when you ask your receptionist, how's business going, how's the customer service, they're like, oh, it's going great, boss. And you have no way to track this. You have no way to validate that statement and say that, hey, it's actually really good. Now you've got an option to subscribe to Callix for 799 dirhams a month, and you've got access to 120 live human agents who answer your calls 24/7 across 9 languages, and you've also got a dashboard and an app which gives you AI-based data analytics and sentiment analysis, so you can make your decisions based on actual data as opposed to just listening to your receptionist. Now we've got all of this for 799, and we've got some great clients such as Skydive Dubai, Tasheel, Dunkin' Donuts, etc. We've got a great team. We've got Arif, who's the founder. I'm the co-founder. I've got an engineering background. I know a bit about finance, so I manage our investments as well. We've got a great head of sales who's been at the Standard Chartered Bank for 14 years and now has joined us. We've got a great chief marketing officer, and we've got a great operations team with a lot of engineers and sort of the tech guys that help us out.
Did you take a breath in that 1 minute? Wow. That is very, very exciting. What an awesome pitch and what a cool product.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I imagine it helps a lot of SMEs and startups.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, there's our competitors for today's competition who are coming to us and like, hey, we need the Callix service.
What a great thing.
It's amazing.
So you almost don't need the win. You've got customers.
No, we won the win.
Okay, well, we're wishing them luck. So fingers crossed. And they are literally going up on stage in 15 minutes. We really like the product as well. And we can say that we like it because Ijarkar actually uses Callix. So we've seen the analytics and we've seen there's transcripts of the conversation.
Yep.
It's super helpful. Because we've actually made UX and UI changes based on feedback that we've gotten from those calls.
Awesome.
So we can vouch for the product.
Sweet.
So let's hope that the judges see value in it as well.
For sure.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So we are interviewing Syed from Caravan. Congratulations on being one of the shortlisted participants.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So Caravan was actually started off in Shira.
That's
So
right.
can you tell us a little bit about Caravan?
Sure. So we got started off with Shara. We started in the IDEA program that they had. So this is now a defunct program. It doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
But we came in with just an idea, and Shara supported us. And we went from idea to the pre-seed program, and then most recently we graduated from the seed program of Shara as well.
Okay.
In May, I believe that was.
Okay, and you said it's been operational for 11 months?
Yeah, so this current model has been operational for 11 months. The history of Caravan actually started off in 2018 January.
Okay,
At that point,
has it pivoted or?
Yes. So we were a fleet management SaaS at that point. And we did that as a B2B model for roughly 9-10 months. That wasn't going anywhere. So we were like, let's get into B2C and private transport. So that's been 11 months around.
And how are you feeling about the pitch? What do you think your chances are?
Well, it's tough to say. I mean, 3 minutes was just such a blur. It's tough to figure out what the judges were thinking. But I think I gave it my best shot. So whatever happens, it's all good.
Great. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
And if you have any advice for startups that you can share with us, something that could help founders?
Definitely, get into Shara.
Get into Shara.
Get into Shara. Spend a lot of time with them, and try to utilize the network that's there already.
Okay.
And there's some great investors out there, like Mamda Capital, who help out as well. So get in touch with them. Get support and help us whenever you can.
Okay, amazing. This is not sponsored by Shira. Congratulations on being 5 out of 70. That alone is a huge accomplishment.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
But let's keep fingers crossed, and let's see what happens.
Sure.
All right. And we're speaking to one of 5 shortlisted startup pitch competition participants.
Thank you.
And it's Finyal Media. Very excited because it's a podcast production company. So I'm here with Majid and Leila, who are the co-founders of Finyal Media. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Very exciting.
Yeah, so 5 out of 70.
Yeah, that's that's exactly what happened yesterday.
That's amazing. So yesterday it was you pitching and you had 1 minute.
Yeah, I
So
did the
can
one.
you tell us your 1 minute pitch?
I've already erased it from my brain. You want that pitch? I could dig deep.
You can dig it
Okay.
out.
Yeah, you think I can dig it out?
I think
so.
you can dig
Okay,
it
basically, we're a podcast production company. We're creating stories from the region for the region. We're telling audio stories for the Arab world. The idea is we've got over 600,000 listens, and
Wow.
we've been on topped multiple charts for podcasts in the region. We're looking to expand our shows into 25 titles
Wow.
and working to integrate more independent podcasts under our network. And we
Great.
really think content creation is the next evolution for the content giants or the tech giants like Apple and Spotify, who are investing billions.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Spotify acquired Anchor as well
Anchor
recently.
as well as Gimlet.
As well as Gimlet, and I love
Exactly.
Gimlet.
Yeah,
like it's an
who
amazing
doesn't, right? But we
production company.
need our own voice in the region.
Definitely.
Right? I mean, I'm a big consumer of podcasts, as is Layla and Mashari, our third co-founder. But we're consuming content from the UK, from Europe, from the US. And we believe we're going to be the solution for this region.
Yeah.
Because we need to represent ourselves, and the data shows that.
Yeah, someone was mentioning to me a study done by Marketeers recently that podcast listenership is at 16% or something in the
Yeah.
region, similar to UK.
So the numbers in the UAE are around 16% podcast penetration. But I mean, if you think about the structural dynamics of the UAE, the penetration here is likely to be higher than it is currently in other Arab markets. But we think that trend is changing, and in the next 5 years or so, we expect there's going to be like over 30 million podcast listeners every month across the Arab world. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you imagine a lot of that coming from Saudi?
Yeah, Saudi and Egypt will be the two biggest markets, closely followed by the UAE.
Okay, amazing. So how long has Finyal Media been around for? When did you start?
Less than a year.
So it's been a crazy
No,
year.
we haven't even celebrated our anniversary yet.
Maybe you'll celebrate with a win. Who knows?
So hopefully. So we incorporated at the end of last year, but really brought the team together and started officially working at the beginning of this year. Layla came on board, and then we hit the ground running and have been putting out content at quite an incredible pace. And we're very proud to say we've commercialized that content as well.
That's amazing.
Which is the proof in the pudding, really.
Yeah, we are at season 1 of our podcast. It's been a year and a half, and next year our goal is to also look at monetization strategies through branded content, which you are doing a lot of.
which we're doing.
So we will pick your brain.
Cool.
outside
We'll
as
definitely have
well.
a chat after this.
Yeah, well, good luck with the pitch,
Thank you so
and
much.
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Thank you,
Okay,
everybody.
Great. So there were 5 startups that were selected out of 70. They all had a chance to do a 1-minute pitch, and Vishal from Fireflies Education was one of them. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
5 out of 70. You should be very, very proud.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited.
Great. So can you give us your 1-minute pitch that you gave?
Sure. So we create short-term online courses and challenges for students with the help of companies. So our intention is to bridge the gap between classrooms and the real world, because we feel like students are not prepared for the real world or to be job ready. So we have the companies lead the conversations on what kind of skills or knowledge they're looking for in fresh graduates, and we teach that while they're in school or university, so that their transition into the job market will be very smooth.
Well, honestly, I think it really addresses a gap, because I don't think education is moving at a pace where it actually meets the demands of real work scenarios. So
Yeah, I think it's more of the fact that there's so many issues and problems happening around the world, and are we really equipping students with skills and knowledge to go and solve those problems is what our question have always been. And I feel like the only way we can do that is to expose them to practical learning, and practical learning comes from companies. So we want to bridge that gap by doing that.
Okay, great. And are you operational?
So we're at our beta stage right now.
Okay.
We have around 25 schools we're working with at the moment to test our first course, and we're just getting them feedback on what they like, what they dislike, and based on those inputs, we want to improve for our next course. We have about 2 partners as well, and we want to build our second course with the second partner.
So the 2 partners are business companies.
Yeah, so we are our career skills course is with Isaac, which is the largest internship and volunteer platform in the globe.
Okay.
And we're also working with McAfee to do a cybersecurity course.
Okay.
So we're excited about that because that's beginning soon. So,
Okay, great, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with the pitch.
Thank you so much. I'm
And
excited.
we're keeping fingers crossed for you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And where can people find out more about Fireflies Education?
So you can go to fireflieseducation.org or follow us on Instagram, which is Fireflies Education. Soon we'll be on TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook as well, so you can check us out.
Okay, amazing. Cool. Good luck, Vishal.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we're so excited because Finyal Media won.
Yes,
Yay.
go podcast.
Go podcast. Listen more to podcasts. So, Leila, Majid, and Mishari, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So, how do you feel?
I'm still shaking from the adrenaline. Like every time they call our name out, I was like, wait a minute, that's us. It takes a minute to check.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, so excited. It really means a lot to us. It's going to go a long way.
Okay, and what? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, to see people supporting content as opposed to just like tech platforms is really, really important, especially in this region where we feel like content is not necessarily as representative of the younger generation as it needs to be. So that's
Yeah, because I think that there's a question of how quickly you can scale if you're reliant on content. It's something that we were discussing as well. But I think the recent acquisitions of Gimlet and Anchor that we were discussing, I think it's woken up people a little bit. I think that worked in your favor, no?
Well,
You would think, yeah.
Here's the thing. If it's just about scaling, it becomes a very single conversation,
metric,
right?
yeah.
A single metric. Ultimately, platforms don't exist without content, whether user generated or industry generated. So you have to have content, and for this region, we want to be represented, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, there is a real gap in terms of local content. So, and 11 months, has it been 11 months or?
Yeah.
A little, yeah,
Just
11
about,
months.
almost, yeah.
And you guys have been running these 11 months.
Feels like it. We ran here.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
tell we haven't slept?
It's okay. We totally get it. We have a startup as well. So along with the podcast, along with the baby. So
Oh, wow.
So forget about sleep. What's that? Thanks. But yeah, sleep is a fantasy right now. But really excited for you guys. How are you thinking of spending this very big check? What is your utilization plan?
Yeah, so the idea behind the check is basically we're going to kickstart our aggregator model. We're going
Okay.
to start building up a network where we aggregate other podcasters and bring in independent content creators under our umbrella.
Like
So this-
Startup Hustle Middle East.
Like
Yeah.
Startup Hustle
Well,
Middle
there is a
East.
conversation we have to have after
Yeah.
this.
Yep. Sounds great. Well, congratulations again. This is so motivating for us as well because it takes a lot of effort to create
course.
content.
Yeah, I think
so,
people
yeah.
underestimate it.
Yeah. But really happy for you guys. Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.